welcome to another episode of Let's Make an RPG Game. So last time we worked on making this town and making, like I said, a few shops. So today we're going to start a quest for this town. So I've already created a character for this next town. So we're going to implement the character in. Did I create a character? Yes, I did. The character is Linus. So let's Linus in. Alright, got him in the system now. We're going to create a quest. So this is a port town, which means this is going to have the next element in the elemental bracelet, which is the water bracelet. So here's what we're going to do. So we're going to go to here. We're going to have the ability to show some choices here. So we're going to create some choices. We're going to have rent a room, buy a drink. Actually, let's have rent a room, ask you about Linus. Rent a room. I'm going to hit apply. I'm going to do a little thing here. So what I like to do is I'll just do somewhere like random, even here, just put it here, and what I'll do is I'll go over here, open up this event. I'm going to take this whole concept of things, we're going to copy it, and we're going to select all, then we're going to copy it. Actually, we're just going to cut it out, drop it right here, easiest thing to do, boom. Whole thing here, right here, end of the bar. There's that. We're going to decorate it a little bit more, or at least put some stuff in. Then we can go and we can put Linus here. What we're going to do, start the conversation. I am recording. What did I say? Actually, have him say, I see. There's the start of the quest. So, now that we get all that dialogue, we got to get the quest set up. First, we're going to do is this. I'm going to create the ice. We're going to create the ice cavern. So I'm going to go new. We're going to go dungeon. I'm going to make it about 30 by 30. So we're going to zoom out so we can see the whole picture right there. Here, and we're going to create the ice cavern. So there's several ways I could cheat this by just using one of the pre-made maps within the engine. I could rather cheat it by going all the way down to here and going to generate dungeon. Or I could be creative and try to create it on my own. So we're going to try to create it on my own. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and we're going to, what I like to do when I do create things like these on my own is I'll pick a starting point, so right here, and I'll pick an ending point where I want the next room. Here, I will just do something like this. So then we have a general path of where we're headed. Fill this in like that. Well, actually, now that we get that, let's build some offshoots. Whoopsie. Let's build one here, that, and build one here. These are where we can put treasure, a mini boss, a useless dead end, all stuff. That. And we're going to just do this. Voila, we have our basic ice cavern entrance. So now we're going to create another room in here. I'm going to go new dungeon, and we'll make it about the same size, 30 by 30. Same thing, but we're going to put it where the entrance is here, because you came from this other room. Whoops. When I do that entrance to here, we'll widen this out a bit like that. We'll throw an offshoot room here, like so. Fill it in. And then we'll create one more room of this cave. And we're going to make it a smaller room, so I'm going to go 20 by 20. So we're going to go here. I'm just widening the circle. Fill it in. And this is going to be the boss room, so I'm going to zoom in a little bit because I got to create where the water bracelet is. So what we're going to do here, and what we're going to do is we're going to put the water bracelet hidden right here. Okay, what an idea. Seeing if this will look good and work. That. Then what we'll do is we'll create that. We'll give it a switch, and we'll call it. I'll just call this Ice Gone. We're going to put. What we're going to do is this. Put a crystal here. Get an idea. Hold on. Cancel this. Get rid of this. We're going to put a crystal here. So, what we're going to do. Here we're going to label this switch A. So switch A. What we're going to do, we're going to go if party has actually team within the party, we want to create an else branch, have a bit of dialogue going on. I need to get it out to me. Then what we'll do is we'll go here and we'll go over and we'll say show animation this event. That actually make it a little bit more dramatic. That wait for completion. Then we'll go to south switch A. It's turned on. Actually, it's an item. Change armor. Water bracelet. Easy enough, right? We can leave the else blank. Actually, let's not even put an else statement in there. There you go. There's that part. But we need a boss. Let's create an enemy quick. Let's see. How about that? We'll call this an ice fairy. Keep all the stats, but what we'll do is we'll add elemental attack of ice 1 to it. We'll go over the troop, do a quick rename, get rid of 1, I'll clear it, and then add the ice fairy. Voila. Auto rename, go to apply. Ice fairy, you say a bit of dialogue just to be less useless there. So you have come for Linuses. Have to get by me first. Here, switch over to battle. Find the ice fairy troop. Put that. Now, if we move on, we're going to go to south switch A. That way, when you beat it, you don't have to. It doesn't show up and have to try to beat it over and over and over again. South switch A. But I'm going to do one more thing. Seeing this is a boss type character, boss type enemy, go back into here. What we're going to do is we're going to go over to other and go to collapse effect. We're going to put it as a boss to collapse effect. Which means when you beat it, it gives this neat little boss type collapse effect. And we're going to put it so it's guarding the crystals. So that way, in order to get to this point, you have to beat that first. So we get some of these rooms with offshoots, so let's put in some couple of treasures and some healing items. I'm going to zoom out a bit quick here. And we'll fix a few things real quick. That, and we'll put treasure with potion here. And we'll put another treasure here with the elixir here. And what we'll do is we'll transfer event to next room, exit here, go here, and make it so we can back to here. I gotta fix that. We got a little issue there. Here, go here, go to the main room. That fix our issue quick. Hello, pretty cat. So, issue fixed. Go here, another treasure. Oh, transfer full potion here. Well, we have that. Fix a few things to make it look good. I don't know. Make it even look even more spiffy real quick. I'm going to close up zoom here. We're going to take some of these corner spots and let's go like this. The cave is basically done in my opinion, but it's boring. So let's spruce it up a bit, why don't we? Give it a little bit of depth, make it look like a cave, right? There you go. Now it looks more like a cave. We'll do the same thing with the next room. Zoom out a little bit, but I'm not done. And it's just the beans. I am not done making the caves look spiffy. Yes, even doing this gives it a little bit of depth, but it's still boring, empty space. You gotta give something for the player to look at. It looks kind of nice. This is neat and all, but let's have some fun with this. So go over to here and grab a couple of this, and let's just, I don't know, pop a few around some of these offshoot rooms. So, same here. I strategically put them around, create them as decoration / obstacle. Now, I am not good at mapping, so don't criticize me on my mapping skills. I'm more of a writer and storyteller, so I want to try to take that into creating game dev. So you have that. Now let's go back to here, and I'll finish this up. Get rid of that. That was just there, so I needed it. Back to here. What we're going to go create a new page. We're going to label it South Switch A. We're going to put Linus back sitting at a seat like that. And we're going to go to control branch, create an else, and say if water pan armor water bracelet say decrease by 1. So it literally looks like you're giving it to Linus. Have Linus go on to making sure he gets his powers back. What we'll do to this event that happened. Wait for completion. Now have that. I'm going to create one more this, keep it blank. We're going to call this South Switch B. And I'll show you why in a sec. Go back to South Switch A. Else. And we have the else say something. We'll create a simple choice. Invite Linus. Then what we'll do is we'll go personal. And what we'll do is we'll change party member to have Linus add. And then go Control Switch A off. And Control Switch B on. And now the quest setup is complete. And of course, it's asking me because I haven't saved in 33 minutes. One of the new updates to this engine now, it does that every once in a while. I kind of like it because it reminds you that you have to save. And we'll label this full contraption. Now, we gotta do one other thing. We gotta make sure there's a way for you to get there. Assuming I'm not using world maps, we're going to create a path going out this way with a different covered tile. So we get a path. So we get the path. What we're going to do is we're going to put the path this way. Actually, let's do this like this because we got to be able to enter the town. So we're going to finish up by creating a path. So what I'm going to do next, we're going to create a new flight board. I'm going to make the width about 20. So we're going to make it outside, but we're going to do something different. So what we're going to do, instead of making it a full thing, I'm going to put here, we're going to drop this down here. Then we're going to put down some grass. And we'll just have a creature on there. Drop a couple of tree clusters and that. So we'll have it so you can go back to town. And we'll have it so you can leave town. Then we gotta find a way to get you to town. So let's see. Go from mountain view. Looks like I gotta create something here, but we'll figure out. Well, anyway, that is creating a town and a way to get an quest. So I'll do some fixing, adding off camera, and then the next video I'll show you what I've done, and we'll add some more to it. So again, thanks for watching this episode of Let's Make an RPG Game. Remember, the road are where the stories are. Do good in the world. Peace out. Stay frosty, and I'll see you in the next one.